Hi, welcome back to ODE YouTube channel. My name is Paulo and I'm here again for another video on the repair of my Montblanc Meisterstück 149. So, I just want to talk about the repair of the pen. You have a previous video where you have some previous videos. One when I show you that, well, at least I talk about the piston being broken. I took it to much time later. So it broke, I think, during COVID, and only after COVID I went there to have it fixed, and they fixed the pen, and you can watch the other video where I say what was missing on that video. So there was a big gap between, it has some stuff, but they are not scratches, it's these lines, these threads from the burlap. So the pen, you can check the other video, but just to explain, the last time I used the pen, I was cleaning it and doing this to flush the pen, the pressing and putting then the piston up again, and while doing that, one of those times the piston stayed there, it broke, or just got dislodged, I'm not sure. So I took the pen to the Montblanc repair service here in Lisbon and asked for the service, and they told me it would cost 90 euros. So I thought it was kind of acceptable, and after more than 1 month the pen was returned to me with almost every part replaced. I'm not sure if this part was really replaced, but the rings were, because it is shinier. I think the barrel was also the section, the nib is the same, the feed is the same. The cap is kind of a new cap because this is very shiny and it wasn't, but they kept the old clip, and they had, I'm not sure, but I think this may be a new part also, this dome, and they put it here, and the pen was okay, apparently. When I got home, I checked it under some magnification and saw that there was a gap, you cannot see it anymore, between the top of the clip ring and this. So there was kind of a big gap there. And I went there and talked to them and said it looked like you put it, because this pen was a little older. I don't really care that much about the pen. I bought it used inexpensively, so I think it already had some parts replaced. I'm not sure what happened to it, but it's not important. I don't care if this one has the original parts. It's not a pen for much stuff more than writing. So, and for having this piece in my collection, I don't care if this pen is from the 1980s and it has then a part from 2002. I don't really care about that. So they had that, and I asked them, maybe you put it looks like you try to screw this dome into an old part, or an old dome into something different, and that may have some little difference. They said, no, that doesn't happen. The parts are exactly the same. It was just not screwed fully to the bottom. I didn't believe that much, because I found it a little strange that they would do that kind of thing. It looked like it was tight. It was all the way down, but it wouldn't go more into the cap, because maybe some part was not completely interchangeable. They said they were. Okay, I sent it back. There were no costs of replacement, and I think that's fair. Most of you wrote that on the comments of that video. So I got the pen back after another month with no problems, but they replaced the clip, because the older clip had some differences that I never understood why they were there. It didn't have the serial number. This one has there. I'm not sure if you can see, but there is a serial number there on the clip. And then on the underside of the clip, in this part, I don't think I will be able to show you. Can I show you? I don't think I can. But under the clip, there was an inscription there I can't focus that. Sorry about that. So let me read the inscription now here with light. It was okay. It just had a clip with 2 X's engraved below and no serial number there. And now it came with a new clip with a serial number, and it has engraved there made in Germany metal. So this is a different clip. So they really replaced the clip. I think they replaced almost every part of the pen except for the nib and feed. I have to say that the nib is not one of my favorites, but I could not have it replaced because the kind of replacement that would have a nib that I would like more, it would cost much more than the pen cost to me plus this repair. So it's out of question. But they replaced even the clip, which will prove that, in my opinion, that my initial judgment was correct. Maybe the parts were not fully interchangeable because some of the parts might be older. Okay, now everything is tight, everything is flush. I didn't fill the pen yet, but I put some ink inside just to play with it. You can see there on my fingernail. And the pen is okay, the nib is okay, everything is great. So finally I have a Montblanc pen again ready. What I have to say about the service, people here in Lisbon were very polite with me, very nice and friendly, but sometimes I don't think they know exactly what they're explaining, because they were saying that there were no problems with that, they just didn't unscrew it to the bottom. Because if it was not just unscrewed to the bottom, why did they replace the clip? They could have kept the old clip and they would just completely screw it down. That was not the problem. The parts were not clearly compatible with each other, but they got with some kind of an excuse. Also have to say that this time when I got the pen back, they just asked me to check the pen. They didn't explain me anything about what happened with it, what replacements or what interventions they made at the store, at the factory. I understand that because here they just receive and send because all the work was made in Germany. But it would be nice to know what happened to the pen. But overall, I have to say that I am disappointed with Montblanc. Not because I paid 90 euros, because I paid 90 euros, but I almost got a new pen. So this will last me 4 years, I'm sure now. So I'm not disappointed in that way. I think 90 euros for the work they made is quite good. But I don't think it's quite fair that they take so long, 1 month, for a pen to go from Portugal to Germany to supposedly just tighten up the cap and send it back. 1 month. And I also don't like the fact this material attracts all the lint from this background. I also don't find it correct that they made that first restoration of the pen, and they had that gap. That gap was very noticeable. I don't think someone that was doing that, I'm sure that the technician that made that didn't think, okay, now the pen is perfect like this. I don't think so. I think they just thought, okay, we replaced some parts, this can't go all the way down, but we just don't care, we'll send it that way. Maybe the guy never noticed it. I don't think that was a correct way to act. I don't think it was nice at all, because I don't believe it was just poor quality control. They are repairing a pen. I think it is quite clear if there is a gap, the pen is not correctly repaired. I'm sure the guy that did it knew it was not okay, but he just thought he could have it pass along and I would never notice that. So they fixed the problem, so everything is okay, but I don't find that a very nice behavior of Montblanc. And so be aware of that. Another thing that you should be aware when you send stuff to Montblanc is if you like the parts, because your parts have some kind of value. Imagine that you have a cap that was very important for you because it has a special ding, because it was the place where your father, when your father did something, and so that ding is valuable to you. Be aware that they may replace parts and they not tell you what they did, and they don't tell you that they will do it, and they don't keep the spare parts. So they just replace, they don't keep the old parts, and you'll never know what they did until you get the pen back, and there's no way to go back. So if you have a pen like this that you just want as a writer, you don't really care about how, if the cap is the proper cap model for the kind of screw on the turning knob. If you're like me, don't care about it, send it back as many times as you want until the pen is okay. If you are a collector, if you are really trying to have the perfect parts, everything matching, if you want to have the pen with some commercial value, be aware of that, because they may just throw away a vintage, very valuable part just because they don't know better and they don't really care. They just put the new part and they will assume that you're happy that way. In most cases you'll be happier that way, but there are some particular cases that you will not be happy, and that's completely understandable. So these are my general thoughts, my warnings about Montblanc repair services. The pen is great, I just need to feel it to be sure that it's working well, but I don't think it will fail on the filling system, and soon I'll be writing with it and showing you the pen again. So this is all for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope we will meet again soon here on the channel. So bye.